Welcome you all class 12th again in Classroom Notes by Rekha Jain, and again we are continuing the chapter The Enemy written by Pearl S. Buck. This is part 3. We have completed part 2 already up to the point where Hannah had cleaned the chest of the prisoner of war, as Yami had refused to obey her orders because of his being white. All the white are Japanese enemy. Now when she had cleaned, she came to know that he must have been a blonde when he was young. Now when she was thinking, she did not like the man because he was no longer a child now, and she kept him washing until his upper body was clean. But she did not dare to turn him over, and she thought for Sadao, and her anger for this white man by now was ebbing, that means decreasing. And she was anxious again. She rose up, wiping her hand with the wrong towel, and then, lest man be chilled, she put the quilt over him. That means the feelings of concern and sympathy entered her heart, and she called Sadao softly, and who was about to come. When he came, opening the door, she saw that he had brought his surgeon's emergency bag, and he also was wearing surgeon's coat. And she cried out of surprise if he had decided to operate, and he said shortly, means fast, yes. And he turned his back to her, and he unfolded a sterilized towel, that means disinfected towel, upon the floor of Tokonoma alcove. This Tokonoma alcove is a sort of niche. That means it's a design to make flower arrangement, just like we make rangolis in our homes. And over that impression, he put his surgical bag, and he spread the towel and put the instruments, and he asked her to fetch towels, and she obeyed him. Obediently she acted, but how anxious now to the linen shelves, took out the linen towels, and she thought of the mats, the old pieces of matting, because the blood which was dripping from the body of the man was about to ruin the pine floor. And that's why she went back to the veranda, where the gardener had kept some strips of matting, with which some delicate shrubs are protected on the cold night, and he took a few of the mats. But when she came back, she saw her efforts was useless. Why? Because the blood had already made the mats wet and spoiled them. Oh, she cried for the mats, and Sadao agreed with her. Yes, the mats had been ruined, that means spoiled. But he didn't care, and he just asked her to turn him. She obeyed without speaking, and Dr. Sadao made the back of the man clean. And she said, she told about Yami, how did she refuse. Then Sadao asked, if she refused, did she wash? But he did not wait for the answer by Hannah, because he was acting very swiftly, and concise here means short. Very fast and short movements were being done, although she replied that yes. But he didn't seem to hear her, and she was very used to such absorption. That means like he is lost in thoughts whenever he was at work. And she also wondered that if this working on this body was of any importance for him, which he was doing so excellently. Uh, she was thinking about all this. Just then, the doctor asked her to help him give the anesthetic. What is anesthetic? It's a medicine to induce insensitivity of the pain. But she said, I've never done. He said, it's very simple. He said impatiently. That means he was he was in a hurry to do everything, and he was taking out the packing. Now the blood started flowing quickly, and he looked peered means looked into the wound with the bright surgeon's light fastened on his forehead. It's a light fastened onto a strip which doctors usually wear onto their forehead, and the bullet was still there. And he said coolly about the wound that I wonder, it's so deep, and it had it not been deep, he could have got the bullet. And but he said, but the bleeding was not superficial. It means it was very deep, and he had lost a huge quantity of the blood. And at this time, Hannah felt choking. When he looked over her, he could see her pale face, color of sulfur. That means pale face. That means she was feeling like unconscious. Then he said sharply, means quickly, don't faint. But he did not put down his instrument, because had he put down the instrument or had he stopped, the man would have died. But the condition of Hannah was also very bad. She had to clap means cover her mouth with her hands, and she jumped outside. She lived outside. That means jumped outside, ran out of the room, and outside in the garden he could hear her retching. That means vomiting out. But he could not leave because he had to attend to the wounded soldier. Now he thought that it would be better to empty her stomach, and of course she had never seen such operation. That's why she could not bear, and this was her disappointment, her inability, that made her impatient and irritable with this man who was lying like a dead man under his knife. And again the feelings of repulsion entered into the heart of the doctor. He said, why should he live? And unconsciously he was thinking this, and this made the doctor ruthless, means harsh, merciless, when he was proceeding swiftly in his action. And in his dream, means in his unconsciousness, that POW, prisoner of war, was mourning. He mourned, means he cried in pain. But Sadao did not pay any attention, did not heed, and he muttered, doctor just muttered, groan, cry, whatever you want to cry. I'm not doing anything for you. I don't know why I'm doing this. Means doctor was confused. He was doing simultaneously, he didn't wish to do. And Hannah again entered, opening the door, and then she offered her help to give the anesthesia to the patient. And Sadao just motioned with his chin, means just made a gesture with his chin, and said, yes, good, you have come back, and this fellow is beginning to move. And then she held the bottle in her hand and dipped some cotton into it, and then asked how to do. The doctor said, simply saturate the cotton, means just wet the cotton into the medicine and hold it near to the nostril. Nostrils means nose of the patient. And Sadao just spoke without any delay, because he was doing the intricate details of intricate means the complex inner details of the work. And he also said that when he takes some breathing, just remove the this cotton. And she thought, while holding that cotton, she was thinking how badly had he been tortured, and she wished and when she had a look over the red scars, means sign of injuries, she wished had he not been inflicted cruelties. And at this moment, something touched, the knife of the doctor touched with something hard, and that was the bullet, and that was near the kidney. And doctor forgot everything. He felt only the purest pleasure of saving a human being. And he probed, he searched with his fingers, with his very delicately, because he had the deep knowledge of the human body. And why did he have the deep knowledge of the human body? Because of his American professor of anatomy professor, who used to speak the line that if a doctor is ignorant of the human body, if a surgeon is ignorant of the human body while performing the operation, that is the cardinal sin, that is the fundamental sin. Sin means some crime. And he used to thunder these words in the classes, because operating without the complete knowledge of human body would be just committing a murder of him. So Sadao earlier was just criticizing the man, the POW. Now he called him his friend and told him, although the man was unconscious, he told him that it was near the kidney. Why did doctor murmur? Murmur means just spoke in a low tone. Why? Because it was his habit to talk to his patients while doing the operation. And he forgot this time also that he was his enemy. And with his expert hands, with the cleanest and most precise of incisions, that means most accurate of cuts, surgical cuts, he took the bullet out. And when the bullet was taken out, the man quivered, that means shivered. He was still unconscious, but because of the acute pain when the bullet was taken out, he shook in pain, and he spoke a few words. Guts, they took my guts. That means they took my bravery. And Sadao, Hannah cried sharply, Sadao, because she could not bear the sight of the pain by this man. And the man sank again, means he became unconscious, into silence profound. That Sadao took up his wrist to check the pulse, and pulse was still beating, although so weak, but it was enough for the man to survive. Again, doctor declared that he didn't want this man to survive, and he told Hannah not to give any more anesthesia, and he turned and as if he would stop there, he took out a small vial, means bottle, from the bag, from his medicines, and filled it with medicine, and injected an hypodermic needle, and thrust, means push the medicine into the left arm of the patient and put down the needle. He took he checked the pulse of the man with his fingers, fluttered, means the fingers of the POW trembled once or twice, and then doctor said that this man will live in spite of all, means in spite of all the injuries and all the problems he faced, he would survive. And the young man became conscious, so weak, his blue eyes so terrified, so scared. And when he saw where he was, Hannah felt to apologize, means feel sorry, and now see again the feelings of humanity. She was so filled with sympathy and concern that she served herself. She served this man herself. So students, I should stop there, otherwise it will be too long video to make you feel bored. I will discuss in our fourth video. Thank you.